Welcome to Travel Tuesday. Elizabeth and Brian here. I'm so excited for this episode because we're covering a topic near and dear to both of our hearts.
It is one of my favorite vacation opportunities. We're talking about river cruising today, and I've been on many and absolutely love it, Elizabeth.
Well, you gave me my first piece of advice for my first river cruise, and you were saying how you're going to be busy all day if you choose to go on all these excursions that are included, seeing all these cultural experiences, having some fine wine and dinner, and sleep like a baby at night. And that's exactly what happened.
You're exactly right. But you know what's so special about it? The riverboats dock right in the center of the towns and villages, so you are right in the heart of all of that action. The boats hold about 150 to 190 passengers, so it's a really wonderful, intimate experience.
It is. You get to know the crew because they're serving you, rolling out the red carpet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And people always say, like, what's it like? And it's completely different than an ocean cruise. There's no casino. There's still some nightly entertainment, but it's a more refined and really a more personal, romantic even experience.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. And once you've done it once, you're going to want to go back.
Well, that is for sure, especially when you hear from our special guest today from Viking.
Yep, Lauren Green is here, and we're going to hear all about the wonderful things with Viking.
Okay, but don't go away. First, it's time for our top trips. Experience it all at Walt Disney World. Save up to 30% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels when you stay 5 nights or longer this summer and early fall. Stop dreaming, start exploring with Princess Cruise Line. Now through June 30th, save up to 35% off. Plus, free third and fourth guests, and only $99 deposit on select voyages. It's time to seize your sunshine and save big with the Inclusive Collection, part of Hyatt Hotels. For a limited time, get hotel discounts up to 40% off, plus $200 in resort coupons and exclusive perks through Travel Impressions. Welcome back to Travel Tuesday. We are here with our special guest, Lauren Green from Viking Cruises. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
We are so excited to talk Viking River Cruising. And a lot of people say, wait a minute, Viking River Cruises, it's synonymous. They go hand in hand because you guys really let yourselves be known out there.
Yeah, we send 5,000 brochures a day. So yeah, that makes sense.
So how long has Viking been around?
27 years now. This August will be 27 years that we started. And it was back in Russia. We started with just 4 little baby ships sailing in Russia. And since then, obviously, we've grown exponentially. I mean, we have over, I don't even know now, I think almost over 80 river ships that sail throughout Europe, Asia, and Egypt. So we are continuously growing, and it's been such a phenomenal experience the last few decades. And we've really perfected the small ship cruising, specifically river cruising throughout Europe. We own most of the docking locations in Europe. So it's really great because our guests are really destination focused, and so are we, and that allows us to have that experience when we're sailing on the rivers and with those small ship cruising.
Brian had just mentioned how river cruises have the ability to pull right into the heart of these cultural centers and these cities in Europe and really be able to immerse the travelers into these different destinations.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of times the river ships are in a better location than some of the hotels, I think. Like in Budapest, for example, we are right in the heart of that city, right next to the Chain Bridge. Some of the hotels are such a far walk to get to the city centers. And it's really nice because you can come on and off the ship 6-7 times a day. When I was in Passau, Germany, we were able to come on off the ship. I think I counted 6 times. Every time I shopped, I would come back, drop it off, get a bottle of water, go back out. So it really is so convenient and lovely because you are just fully immersed in these beautiful towns, these small cities that you would have never expected to go to. And that's the beauty of river cruising, is you go to all the iconic and the expected, as well as the smaller towns like Krems, Austria, which you've never probably even think to put on your bucket list. And then you're so glad that you saw them and that you got to travel to there.
The storybook villages, medieval castles, there's so much to be seen.
Yes.
So what are some of the popular rivers that you sail on?
Definitely the Rhine and the Danube are our most popular by far. We have, of course, the Rhine is known, like you said, for the castles, Marksburg Castle and in Koblenz, and you travel to some of the larger cities like Cologne, Germany, with one of the largest cathedrals, I think, in the world. It feels like it's so large.
It's huge. And you hear about all the World War II history and everything that took place there.
Yep, exactly. All throughout the Rhine River, from Amsterdam down to Basel, Switzerland. And a lot of people will stay extra too in Lake Como or Lucerne, any one of those places. But It's a lovely experience. And then we also have the Danube too. So our romantic Danube is the name of probably our most popular itinerary that sails along the Danube. And that sails from Budapest to Regensburg, or you can go Regensburg to Budapest, either way. But I am always partial to the itinerary because it gives you 2 full days in Vienna as well as 2 days in Budapest. And then you see some of the smaller places like Krems, Austria, or Regensburg, which is home to the old sausage kitchen there, which is delicious. Everybody should try that restaurant. So it's really nice because it gives you all that extra time on land and in these towns and these cities, and it's so convenient.
Well, you mentioned 2 of the rivers I've been on. So Danube.
Oh, see? So you know.
Rhine, and then Rhone I've been on too.
Oh, I love the Rhone.
Yeah.
I just did the Rhone River, and it was amazing. I cannot say enough about it. Lyon to Avignon is fantastic. If you love food, Lyon is the place to be. I don't know if you felt that way, but
yeah, really,
I don't think
really
I've eaten
cool.
so much in my life than when I ate in Lyon and Avignon. And I did these food tours where we got to walk around with a local guide and go to all these different small, like mom and pop restaurants or dessert places. I mean, everything in between. So much cheese, the most amazing cheese you'll have. And they're also known in the southern portion of France for olive oil too. So there were some really amazing excursions that our guests did that would go to olive oil and get some really great olive oil places out. They were really great.
So, as speaking of food, there's plenty of food on board the ship as well.
Oh, plenty. Yes. So we have all of our onboard meals that are included with when you sail with us here at Viking, and you get beer, wine, and soft drinks with lunch and dinner too when you sail. So you never go hungry. That is for sure. And it's casual dining. We say that we're country club casual, so we don't have any formal nights or butlers or white gloves here at Viking, which is great because, you know, you're out enjoying these ports and these towns and these cities. Last thing you want to do is come back and have to dress up in a suit or whatever it may be, a gown, things like that. Plus, more space in your luggage to shop.
And they will make specialty meals each night from the different regions, and you'll be tasting wine and cuisine from the places you're visiting.
Yes, and some nights we'll have a taste of events, so it's a taste of Austria or a taste of Germany, and usually it's when we're leaving that country and traveling to another beautiful country on our itinerary, and the whole restaurant will dress up like an authentic Austrian restaurant, and we'll have all local cuisine and beer and wine. We always have our American side too, because, you know, if you need your hamburgers and hot dogs, we have that. But it's really nice because you still get to share in that region's culture, even though we may be traveling away and joining another country that we're traveling to.
And also on board, aside from all of the wining and dining, there's little amenities, well-appointed staterooms that you'll just love to go back to each night when you're so tired from all of your exploration.
Yes.
And also the upper deck where you can enjoy the sun.
Yes, our all open air sun deck is so lovely. And we have scenic sailing days on our itineraries as well. So everyone will go to the top sun deck for like half a day and we'll sail through the Middle Rhine or the Wachau Valley on the Danube. And you get to see all these really adorable little towns as you're sailing by, beautiful vineyards and scenery. The program director is telling you everything that you're seeing, giving you all the history of what you're looking at as you travel. So those are always one of my favorite days. And then you mentioned the staterooms. We have such attention to detail here at Viking. And one of my favorite things is that our stateroom bathrooms all have heated tile floors. And it's like a luxury you never knew you needed until you sat on Viking, and then you're mad when you get home and you step on cold tile. So it's amazing.
That's an example of the VIP experience.
Yes, exactly. All those little details that come together that just really make your experience so special. I mean, we have glass enclosed showers, anti-fog mirrors so that they never fog up so you can get ready quickly. Hair dryers. I mean, the list goes on. We've thought about it all.
And the crew is always there, ready and waiting to serve you however they possibly can.
Our crew, I call our staff our secret sauce. People are always asking, you know, how is Viking so popular? How do they do so well? And I'm like, it's our crew. They really are the reason why our guests have such an amazing time. They're the number one reason that our guests travel time and time again with us. And we have the highest retention rate in the industry. So our crew stay with us their entire careers. And you really feel that when you come on board the ship because it really is a family when you step on board, and we treat them like family. I mean, they stay with us 20, 30 years, however long they're on board our ships. And then in return, they treat our guests like family, and that's really important to us. We really want to make sure that's the feel that our guests have when they arrive on board our ships.
That makes that experience so extra special. Yeah. We talked a little bit about Europe, but before we break, there's other places you can go on river cruises too, not just Europe. I mean, there are really many places around the globe.
Yes, we have Asia along the Mekong River, which is spectacular. Our beautiful Viking Saigon ship, it's like 80 passengers, and you get to go to Hanoi, Siem Reap, Ho Chi Minh City. Fantastic cruise tour option. And then we have Egypt too, which is really popular. It sells out really far in advance. So you have to book like 2 years early, but it is worth it. And that is a round trip Cairo. So you actually fly into Cairo. We'll take a chartered flight down to Luxor. We board the ship, our river ship in Luxor. It's like 82 passengers, all owned and operated by Viking. So we do it all. And then you'll have your cruise, and we fly back to Cairo, and you can fly home or stay extra in Egypt if you would like to. And that's an amazing experience. And then if you don't want to go overseas, we also have U.S. river cruising too. So we have the Mississippi. Our ship is literally called the Viking Mississippi that sails the Mississippi River. But we do the full 2,350 miles in the Mississippi. So from St. Paul all the way down to New Orleans. We have 8-day options, 12 days, 15 days, or you can do a 22-day voyage of the whole Mississippi if you want to.
Oh, so there's really something for everyone.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes. We have something for everyone.
Okay. Coming up, we're going to talk about booking with AAA and making sure that you have all of your needs met with our travel advisors and more. So don't go away. You can always get more information right at AAA.com/Travel Tuesday. But we'll be right back with Lauren from Viking after these messages.
Roadside assistance through manufacturer warranties and insurance limits you. AAA covers you in any vehicle you're in, not just in your car. Did you know that using your insurance company's roadside assistance can raise your premiums? With AAA, service calls don't affect your car insurance rates.
Welcome back to Travel Tuesday. We are here with Lauren Green from Viking, talking all about river cruising. We painted a great picture of what to expect on a river cruise, but who's the ideal passenger or traveler on a river cruise?
Yeah, here at Viking, we really love the thinking person. If you're a curious traveler, if you're really interested in culture, history, geography, the destination is the reason that you are sailing, then Viking is perfect for that. Before you even travel, we'll send you recommended filmographies and readings, all based around the destination that you're traveling to. So we really want those guests that are interested in immersing yourself fully in that city or that town or that culture or the people that you are traveling with and traveling to.
And the tour guides are so knowledgeable that you'll be able to go and learn everything about all the different destinations. You'll have your own earpiece in. You can even wander off, take pictures, and still hear what's going on.
Yes, absolutely. It's really a great part of touring is that you can, what we call a quiet vox. And so you have a little earpiece and you can go off, take photos, or if you just kind of want to be in the back of the group and leisurely walk around, you're able to do that, and the guides can continue going and you still have to hear them, so you're not right up against somebody trying to listen to them as they talk. So it really allows you to leisurely look around and be able to experience it in your own way, take photos, whatever you need to do. Our tour guides are amazing. They're always locals from that area, and so I think the best part about it is that they tell personal stories about their life growing up there, and different experiences that they've had and how they've seen things change in their town or their city or their country over the years. And it just gives a totally different perspective. You feel like you're traveling with a friend that's showing you around their hometown, essentially.
Yeah, it really makes you understand the culture and get that firsthand perspective for sure.
Yes, definitely.
What about activity levels? I know the excursions have different levels for all different people.
Yeah, so when you're actually booking your excursions, it will tell you easy walking, moderate, heavy walking. So it will explain that. So if you need, a wider range of walking tours, we do have that option. And then we always have a gentle walking group too. So if you prefer a slower pace group when you are touring on these excursions, you just have to go to our program director at the front desk and let them know you prefer to be in the gentle walking group. And we will have a specific group for every excursion that will be a little bit slower paced as you're touring these towns and cities.
And if you do have questions, it's obvious there's a lot that goes into river cruising, with choosing the destination, when to go, what to bring, and everything to know. AAA travel advisors are up to date on all of this, and they can help travelers make sure that they have the vacation customized for them.
Oh, I always think they can do this better than I can. They know it so well. I've actually traveled with a lot of the AAA travel advisors on our river ships and ocean as well. So they do have that firsthand experience, and they are in it all day, every day, just like whatever job you do every day, 40 hours a week. This is what they do as well, probably more than 40 hours a week, honestly. And they really know Vikings so well. I mean, AAA is our top partner that we work with, and so their knowledge far exceeds anything that you would ever think of or could Google yourself. So it's really important to work with a travel advisor. Plus, there's so many different layers with air, with insurance, with all of that. That's so important to have them piecemeal it together and give their knowledge and their expertise on it so that you aren't completely on your own trying to figure it out and wasting all that time. I mean, time is so precious, right? So let them do all of that for you, and then you can just make sure you have your passport and pack your bags and get to the airport. And that's all you have to do.
I'm ready to go. Let's do it. But they can also make sure that you're getting the best price and taking advantage of all the AAA member benefits too.
Yes, they're on top of it. All of our promotions that we have, which frequently change here at Viking, they are on top of all of it. And then we have our AAA member benefit. So if you have a cruise that's 8 to 11 days, you have $100 per person shipboard credit. Any cruise is 12 days or longer, you get a $200 per person shipboard credit. And that shipboard credit is exclusive to AAA, as well as it goes really far at Viking since we're so highly inclusive. That shipboard credit can work towards so many different things, whether it's additional shore excursions you want to take or a beverage package you want to purchase, gratuities. It really can go far.
That's for sure. So it's important to get that knowledge as well. And also, you might want to do a pre-stay or a post-stay to extend and make the vacation really complete. And they'll be able to guide you on that as well.
Yes, I cannot recommend doing that enough. It is the cruising portion, especially river cruising, is so lovely as it is, but to extend and spend a couple extra days in Amsterdam or Budapest or Lake Como or Lucerne, Paris, I mean, you name it, we have it. All over the world, we have pre or post extensions, which essentially means you stay in a hotel with us a couple of days before or a couple of days after your cruise portion. And it allows you to really see these destinations and not be rushed, especially with flights the way that they are these days. It's just so important to spend that extra time there. And we will handle the transfers and everything as long as it's all done through Viking.
The way I look at it, you should get there early because you want to get acclimated and get rested and be ready. Yeah. And so ready to board. But then also when it ends, you're not going to want to go home.
No.
So if you have a couple days there as well on the
it's
post.
never long enough.
Right.
Is how I always see it. Well, especially too, if you're doing just an 8-day cruise, you really do, if you have the time, spend that extra couple days there before and after, because you're just starting to get acclimated and just getting into the relaxation rhythm of it. And then all of a sudden you have to turn around and fly home. So it is really important to spend that extra time.
Yeah, make the vacation complete. And a lot of people go on these river cruises, like Brian pointed out earlier, they're repeat travelers. So they get a little taste of it. And then they say, oh, wow, we want to try this river or that river. And they come back for more.
And we have plenty of options for that. So yes, our guests love to sail with us time and time again. We love to have all repeat guests. That would be like our ideal situation. So yeah, we have a really high repeat factor. And again, I think I mentioned the crew earlier, but really the number one reason for that the guests that I interact with daily tell me is because of our staff. They really just absolutely love them. So it's one of the main reasons why.
And so we're talking a lot about river cruising, but before we let you go, you do ocean cruising as well with Viking, which is a really unique experience.
Yeah, we started ocean cruising in 2015, so I mean, it hasn't even been 10 years yet. And it's been a phenomenal experience. Our ocean ships are so beautiful, about 930 passengers, so still that small ship cruising. They sail all over the world. They're all veranda, so no matter what category you're in, you have a private veranda to yourself. To 8 different dining options. Obviously, I love talking about food. So it's a really lovely experience. We have a beautiful spa. We have no entrance fee for the spa, so you can come and go as much as you please. And again, they travel all over. So, you pick the itinerary and the travel advisor will find it for you.
And with limiting the guests to that under 1,000, you can get right into the heart of different cities on the ocean cruises too. And Wi-Fi is included and more. So that's something for people to consider.
Yes, absolutely. Free Wi-Fi, all that you would experience on river and then some on our ocean ships as well. We have specialty restaurants. We don't charge for any of those. We even have a self-service laundrette on board the ship, so our guests can use the laundry as much as they please. It's a really fun experience. And it's wonderful. It's still, wine, beer, and soft drinks at lunch and dinner. And then if you want to do our beverage package, it's unlimited. You can get whatever you would like. So, yeah. lovely.
Well, thank you so much for telling us all about it. I mean, how exciting. I'm, like I said, ready to go. The bags are packed. It's just a decision of where to.
Of course, yes. Where to? That's always the question.
Well, Lauren Green from Viking, thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget, you can always get more information right at AAA.com/Travel Tuesday, and we'll see you back here for another edition.